Oh my goodness. How's everybody doing this evening? Alright. What the hell has been going on in Star Wars world? It is, what is today? Wednesday, June 26th. And I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for about an hour. I've been super busy. That's why you guys have not seen me since like May 25th or something like that. I think that was the last time that I did a live stream. Literally, when I went to my live streaming software, I still had the title up of I am now 38 years old, which I turned 38 on May 23rd. So, it's been a little over a month since I've done really anything on the channel. So yeah, welcome guys. Long time no see. Fat Man Josh, 80s kid from the 90s, Bryson, Jedi Jared, Alex Dunn, who am I missing here? Mr. Brandon, good to see everybody. Welcome one and all. So, yeah, what's been new, man? I have seen 3 episodes of The Acolyte so far. I watched 3 of them back to back to back a couple nights ago. when I was at the station. It took me 3 days to get through one episode because so I worked back-to-back shifts, which means I'm at the fire station for 48 hours, and I tried to watch one episode, and I swear to God, every time I sat down to watch a couple minutes, we got a call. So it was very frustrating to get through the first episode because I had to break it up. It's not the best way to watch a Star Wars episode. I'll just say that. But welcome, guys. What's on your mind? I'm sure everybody's going to want to hear my thoughts on the Acolyte. I do have a video recorded, and I have to finish it tonight. I'm probably going to stay up late tonight and actually put out a video for the first time in a long time. And that video hopefully will be up by tomorrow. So yeah, that's on the horizon for me tonight. That's Acolyte centered. It's kind of funny, Vince, that you mention RLM, because I wrote a script a few nights ago after I watched the third episode of the Acolyte, and it's hilarious how similar our videos are. I didn't change anything. But we talk about similar. I mean, I've talked about the same things they've talked about before, right? Just kind of the fandom, the knee-jerk rage bait culture. Everything is woke. You know, if you look for everything, you know, when you got a hammer, every problem is a nail, right? It's the same fucking thing. So we've been talking about the same things for a long time. But it was kind of funny to watch their video, which was great, by the way, and see how similar our topics, our scripts were, really. But Vince, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream of the past month, month plus. Vince, I appreciate that, dude. Hope you're doing well. Vince says, hope all's well, man. I haven't watched the new Star Wars show, but I hope they keep making those new Star Wars shows so Red Letter Media can keep making videos about Star Wars shows. Star Wars? I'm assuming you've watched their video already. It was great. I mean, if anybody hasn't watched it, I'd highly recommend it. It's so level-headed, and it addresses just kind of like just watch it. I think you will like it. It addresses kind of the everything's woke YouTube rage bait culture, where people upload, multiple videos in a day saying the same goddamn thing that they've been saying for 5 years. And for whatever reason, that message sells to me. Like I listen to the most interesting podcasts in the world, talking about astrophysics, talking about the latest and greatest from the James Webb Space Telescope. And even the most interesting podcasts in the world, I get bored with. I can't fucking imagine constantly watching and listening to these people who complain about something being woke every single day for hours and hours. Wouldn't you get so goddamn bored listening to the snot-nosed nonsense? Anyway, I appreciate that, Vince. Yeah, it was a great video. And if you haven't watched it already, just watch it. It's not like you're going to be spoiling anything. The show's okay. The Acolyte's all right. I mean, I'm assuming that most of you guys could probably guess that it's not necessarily for me, but, my enjoyment of Star Wars shouldn't dictate what everybody else enjoys. I mean, what's going to hit me is not necessarily what's going to hit everybody else. And my enjoyment of Star Wars, my sliver of what I'm going to thoroughly, absolutely love with all my heart, is what I've realized over the past, 20 years. In all reality, in the past 20 years, even before Disney acquired the franchise, but you realize that. Or I've realized that the sliver of Star Wars that I'm going to absolutely adore and love is pretty thin, But anyway, all is well, Vince. Just been working a lot of family stuff. It's been good, man. But cheers. I appreciate it. Rich Evans saying it was mediocre is an incredible endorsement. I tend to agree with him. I would say it's pretty mediocre. It's I've enjoyed the mystery about it. I'm going to be uploading a video tomorrow about it. I have the video completely recorded. I just need to edit it all together, which I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to stay up late and do it. So I should be up by like noon tomorrow if I had to guess. It's kind of the reason I haven't done anything on the channel is because my daughter's on summer break now. And when I'm off work, I tend to do bedtime. And my wife can just kind of relax, or she rides, she does a Peloton and she works out. One sec.
It wasn't my first choice. That was infantry lol. I heard the job is pretty laid back and I get a CDA with hazmat certs, so I'm not too bummed. Plus I keep my TS clearance.
There you go, Alex. Cheers, man. I appreciate that. Give me one sec. Yeah, so the reason I haven't done anything on the channel in the past month is because my daughter's on summer break. And, I work 24-hour shifts. When I come home, I'm off for 48 hours. And I'm with my daughter all day for 2 days straight. And my wife comes home generally she likes to work out and stuff like that, and I offer to do bedtime so she can have some downtime and stuff like that. And it's just been I can't work on videos with my kid because she will not allow me to do anything by myself. She's like, if I walk away for like a minute just to pick up some laundry from the dryer, she's like, "Dad, come play with me." So she's not the kind of kid who plays by herself at all. And the idea of her letting me work on any video, she would not be used to that, I could not see that happening at all. But yeah. But cheers. Alex, Dunn, Carter, Oscar, and Vince, thank you guys so much for the channel support this evening. Alex Dunn says, "Hey HG, reclassed to 92F Fueler. It was my first choice. That was infantry. LOL. I heard the job is pretty laid back, and I get a CDL with hazmat cert, so I'm not too bummed. Plus, I keep my top secret clearance." Nice, man. That's good. You get to keep the top. I had a secret clearance as well. It's always funny to me, like, you see UFO Twitter is fucking hilarious. Those people are the bonkers as shit. But they put so much emphasis on like a top secret clearance. Oh my god, he had a top secret. Yeah, I had a fucking top secret clearance. I worked on helicopters, dude. Like, not everybody that has, like, 2 million people have top secret clearances. It's pretty ubiquitous. But that's awesome, man. With those hazmat certs, if you find that interesting, every fire department has a hazmat team. And if that's your bag, if you find that interesting and you get the hazmat certs, I'm assuming that a lot of those hazmat certificates will translate to fire departments across the nation. If they don't, it will at least get you a foot in the door to being on the hazmat team, or at least show your department and your chiefs and stuff like that you are a valuable asset to the department with the knowledge that you already have, and they'll probably put you through the required, fire department certifications in order to be on the hazmat team. So, like, that is, to me, that's more important than the TS clearance, at least in my world. But yeah, man, that's great. I feel like your prospects, if you decided to get out, after your enlistment, your prospects in the civilian world with hazmat certs, to find a job that you're interested in, if you're even interested in that, right? You don't have to be. I wasn't, when I got out of the Navy, I wasn't interested in working on helicopters at all. I wanted to get out of that world. But if you do find that interesting and you want to go that route, there are so many options out there in the civilian sector, or even, fire departments always needs hazmat techs. But that's great, man. I think you made the right decision. I know you said you want infantry, but for your future, I think you did the right thing, man. But I appreciate the ever living hell out of that super chat, man. Definitely always thought about joining the fire department. Yeah, look into it, man. It's the best job in the world. It's great. And as somebody who's gonna have, you know, a foot in the door with hazmat certs and whatnot, you know, you would be a valuable asset to any department just with that knowledge, whether it's limited or not. You would definitely be seen as somebody who you know, is an asset. But cheers, Alex. Glad to hear things are rolling. I appreciate that channel support, man. Carter Lovejoy, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Carter says, I sent you images of my flight suit and boots. Check them out if you haven't. Let's see, is that on Instagram? Let me pull up the old Instagram here. Where are we at? Why can't... There we go. 1 day ago. Nice. That's the one. He's also going to be Mandalorian helmet. He said, let's see. Oh, nice. Couple weeks. Rochester, New York, with the 501st and Rebel Legion. Samus Centra PVC armor. Funny about the Solar and SU make helmets. He's part of the same 501. Oh, nice. That's awesome. That works out. You guys can... Shit, you can meet up and pick it up. That looks great, man. This is the one he's all going to be making it with a rangefinder, so it was custom order overall. That's exciting, dude. That's very exciting. Yeah, I appreciate you, those boots are sharp. Nice. Costume looks good, man. I'm looking at the pictures of you in your garage. Nice, it's coming along. Hell yeah. It's exciting to get that started. Small world indeed. Yeah, that's cool, man. Helmet looks nice. Hell yeah. Hey, congratulations on getting the ball rolling and getting all starting to be made. That looks sharp, dude. I love it. Cheers, Carter. I appreciate that support and best of luck to you. Yeah, man. Feel free to send over any progress. I don't really check my DMs very often on Instagram, but if I'm ever doing a live stream, yeah, just type in the chat like check your DMs, and I'll look at your latest and greatest your build pictures, you know. But cheers. I appreciate that, Carter. Oscar Rodriguez says the Acolyte felt like watching a community play. Yeah, so I've only seen the first 3 episodes. I'm 2 episodes behind, right? Yeah, last night the 5th episode came out, right? I worked yesterday, so I didn't have an opportunity to watch it. Pretty busy. But yeah, I have a video coming out tomorrow that talks about my thoughts on the Acolyte. You know, there's aspects, I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything, it's just a video. There's, you know, obviously there's aspects that I like. There's a lot of things that I dislike, and it has really nothing to do with the story that I dislike. I don't like the way it's shot. I don't like the claustrophobic feeling of the scenes. Does that make sense? I don't really care for the acting either. So like all the move or the production of the show for me leaves a lot to be desired. And it's interesting because I feel like out of all of the shows that have been made so far on Disney Plus, the Star Wars shows, this one, as I was watching it, I was getting major prequel vibes. I don't know if anybody else was, but in my head, as I was watching it, I was just getting prequel flashbacks. And I was like, you know, this seems like right up prequel fans' alley, but I guess not. Yeah, it was interesting to see that so many people are disliking it, of that generation, of that era. When for me, as I was watching it, I was like, this seems so prequel-y. This seems very George Lucas-y. It's interesting. It's interesting. Anyway, I appreciate that, Oscar. Cheers, man. Let's see. Vince, thank you so much. Vince says Mike Soklasa refers to Andor as an anomaly. Fuck yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I describe it in my video that I recorded as exceptional. I say it's exceptional. It's just, yeah, I mean, I know, Vince, me and you see eye to eye on so much when it comes to the wars. It stands on its own, as it's such a unique and interesting and different. It's the one Star Wars Disney Plus show that feels different than the others, you know. All the other ones feel very tonally the same. Andor is light years better, in my opinion, than any other Disney Plus show. To me, of course, you know, we're all looking for different things in our Star Wars. You know, I would never tell the biggest Acolyte fan that they're wrong. I would never, you know, or whatever. I would never tell the biggest Obi-Wan or Boba Fett, because, you know, we all like different shit. There's things in those shows that I enjoyed too. But when it comes to the tip top of the spear, the bread and butter of modern Star Wars television, Andor is just exceptional. So yeah, I would agree. It's the anomaly for sure, Vince. Mike is right. Mike is right. But I appreciate that, man. I make billboards. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I make billboards said, hey man, been out of the loop for a while. Has 4K 80 come out yet? Hope you and the family have been well. Yes. 4K. Let me see when I got it. Let me look on my computer here. Movies 4K 80. So I believe it was released, maybe it was released before this, but I believe it was released in March. At least that's when I downloaded it. So 4K 80 version 1 came out earlier this year. 4K 80, when did it come out? So this was posted 4 months ago. Okay, so yeah, around that time. So yeah. 4K 80 is out, version 1. I don't know if... Okay, so it came out in February, it looks like. I don't know if there's a version 2 or a version 1.5, but I have version 1 downloaded. And I'm trying to see if there's another version out. But yes, it is. I make billboards. It is out. All 3 are out. So, yeah, get to it, man. I actually have not sat down to watch it in its entirety yet. But at some point, when my daughter's back in school and summer break is over, that's the kind of thing that I would put on my TV and purposefully not do any laundry for a week. And just have like 3 baskets of laundry on my couch and just have 4K 80 playing for a couple hours and just and slowly fold laundry so I can be productive and not just be a couch potato as I watch a movie that I've seen 1,000 times, right? This despite being the incredible theatrical version. But anyway, I make billboards. Cheers, man. It is out, so enjoy it. Oh, man. I'm starting to get stuffy. Appreciate that, Lachlan. Yeah, there's a lot of silly stuff, man. I don't know. Like people complaining about the Kiata, the birthday of Monday. Like, man, like being changed. Like, dude, I'm almost 40 years old. The amount of fucking Star Wars that has changed, the amount of canon that has changed in my lifetime. The idea that a little birthday is going to change, an age is going to change, and it's going to upset me is so silly. I mean, the amount of retcons that have been done over my 38 years of Star Wars fandom. And a birthday changing, an age changing is going to upset me. Get the fuck out of here. Like, it's so silly. I feel like at a certain point, people are just looking for things to be upset about. You know, anything and everything that any of the directors or actors say are going to be nitpicked, and people are going to, you know, bitch and moan about anything so they have some content to throw up on YouTube and get ad revenue. Like, it's to me, it's embarrassing. You know, I wouldn't want to exist like that. I want my daughter to be embarrassed of me in the future because I was silly. I don't want her to be embarrassed of me because I made 5 videos a fucking day for 5 years complaining about shit being woke. Like, I would be so embarrassed to leave that legacy for my kid. Like I can't imagine being that type of dude. Like, this fucking loser shit. Like, it embarrasses me as a man. It embarrasses me. Anyway. Well, there was a super chat that came in. Jared, we're not gonna. Jared says, real quick, what's your stance on Israel Hamas? The things are complex, my friend. I'm too dumb. I'm too dumb. I don't know enough about the whole situation. I see people protesting. I see conflict. I see suffering. And it's not good. But I am too dumb. So Jared, I'll say this. My wife says I live under a rock, and it's true. I don't pay attention to bad stuff. Sure, does that make me dumb? Yeah, I guess so. But like, for me in my world and my job, I choose not to look at bad stuff because I see bad shit all the time. Does that make sense? And I don't want to pay attention to horrible shit in the world because I see horrible shit every time I go to work. And so me, I don't really pay attention to much, and I don't really form opinions about things that, obviously I form opinions about various things around the world, but that is one that is complex and maybe not meant for a big dumbass with a stormtrooper helmet and a microphone tapping his thumb on a Subaru Crosstrek flying to the Andromeda Galaxy in the Lightspeed Lounge. But I do appreciate that support, and I do appreciate you attempting to stir up a little conversation, because it is important. But I'm not that dude. I'm not that guy to, to throw out the... I don't like talking about shit that I don't know a lot about. You know what I mean? There's so many YouTube channels, so many podcasters who would just flap their gums and talk about shit just to talk about shit while not knowing shit about shit. And I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? But anyway. Cheers, man. Carter Lovejoy says, fun fact, on this date today, Attack of the Clones started principal photography in the year 2000. Oh, nice. Nice. That's hard to believe, man. 24 years ago. That is wild. That is wild. Man. Next year will be the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. The 20th anniversary of when I dressed up as Greedo The 20th anniversary of when I got that Greedo mask that kickstarted the channel. Is that crazy? I ordered that Greedo mask off of eBay. I dressed up as Greedo. And my buddy, like one of my best friends in the world, dressed up as Han. And we went to the Revenge of the Sith midnight premiere. When a midnight premiere was at midnight. And, dude, good memories. Next year is going to be the 20th year of that anniversary. That's crazy. And I'm going to a cabin with that dude and some other buddies in about 2 weeks. Our annual cabin trip. And we're still all best friends today. So good times, man. You can see a picture of us. If you have a physical copy of Sorry About the Mess, it's in there. I think that's the only place I've ever posted it. Yeah. Will you ever get to the Andromeda Galaxy? What's up, Catherine? I love this conversation. So, the Andromeda Galaxy from the Milky Way galaxy is 2.5 million light years away. That's our closest neighboring galaxy. We live in the Milky Way galaxy, and the Andromeda Galaxy is the closest galaxy to us. There's hundreds of billions or trillions of galaxies out there, but the Andromeda Galaxy is the closest galaxy to our galaxy, our home. And it's 2.5 million light years away. That means that when you look up on a clear dark night, you can actually see the Andromeda Galaxy with the naked eye. You can see it. And the light that is hitting your eyes, the light that is hitting your eyes from the Andromeda Galaxy traveled 2.5 million years to hit your eyeball. So, that being said, if I'm traveling at the speed of light right now in my Subaru, it's going to take 2.5 million years to get to the Andromeda Galaxy at the speed of light. Now, I might be halfway there, so I'm, 1.25 million years away from reaching the Andromeda Galaxy. Maybe I'm closer than that. Let's just call it 1 million. I'm 1 million years away from reaching the Andromeda Galaxy at the speed of light right now. Maybe a little closer than that, but the distances are grand and vast and incomprehensible. But yeah, it'll take a little while. We'll be here forever. Anyway, Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Oscar says, old psychopaths run the world, and the young are sent to die to secure their power. Effing vampires. Yeah, it's absolutely. It's one of the reasons that, I'm completely against a draft. I don't really throw these opinions out very often, but as somebody who served in the military, an all-volunteer military is always preferable, right? And if you need to pull a draft, if you need to kickstart a draft because you don't have the enlistment numbers, is it justified? Shouldn't the nation rally behind a just cause? If the just cause is not there and people are not enlisting, well, maybe that tells you something. Maybe that the cause is not justified. Yes, there was a draft during World War II. Yes, there was a draft during Korea, in Vietnam. But I am absolutely against a draft. I don't like the idea of sending young Americans around the world to do the bidding. It's just philosophically, I'm completely against it. And it's always people. To me, it seems like always people who champion that idea are people who often don't have skin in the game, Don't have a kid that'll go over there. Are too old to be drafted themselves, but they'll rah-rah siskum-ba the whole idea of invading or going to war. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, anyway, Oscar, I appreciate that, man. Cheers. Swish Fish, thank you so much. Good to see you. Swish says, Acolyte is so good. Quadruple A hot take rivals the films. I'm glad you feel that way, Swish. Cheers. It's not really for me. Then again, I'll say this, Swish. I've only seen the first 3 episodes. I'm excited. I am excited to continue the journey because I like the mysteries that have popped up. I'm very curious where this is going. I like the mysteries that I like the first episode. It was kind of a murder mystery. It got solved very quickly, which is fine because they popped up other mysteries for us to kind of enjoy and ride along with and solve alongside the characters, you know. So there is enough there for me to want to keep watching it. And all of that desire comes from wanting to know and uncover the mysteries, you know. So, you know, I won't say that it's on par with the films. Maybe I like it more than The Rise of Skywalker and Attack of the Clones. I don't know yet. We'll see. It's hard to judge. I think it's interesting to me because I love weekly episodic TV. I do. I like waiting. I like letting it breathe. I like cliffhangers and all that stuff. But the problem with weekly episodic television nowadays is YouTubers. they you know, they make videos about the latest episode without the knowledge of the next episode, and they poo-poo things that maybe are going to be answered in the next episode. They, you know, they throw complaints out there and maybe like things that they think are plot holes or whatever in a video, and then the next week, guess what? They're revealed and they're explained. So like, I feel like there's a disconnect, maybe intentionally so, because, you know, people love controversy and they love talking about shit that pisses them off on the internet. But like, there's a disconnect there between people not understanding that episodic television is good for cliffhangers and the anticipation and building things up, and the YouTubers who feel like they need to get on there and figure things out and talk about it now and bitch and moan about things that haven't been explained but are going to be explained. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's like, just let it breathe, man. Let it come out. Watch the next one. Maybe it'll explain your complaint. You know what I mean? But no, gotta be mad. Me gotta be mad. Me got to be mad. Anyway. Cheers, Swish. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Braxton, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Braxton says, thanks for being one of the few reasonable voices in this crazy fandom best Star Wars channel. I appreciate that, dude. I disagree, but I appreciate the sentiment there. I'm just some asshole with a stormtrooper helmet talking on the internet about things that he likes and things that he doesn't like, and but I appreciate that, man. I think a lot of it has to do with just, I don't know, I'm a pretty mellow dude. You know, a lot of stuff is silly to me, the complaints and whatnot. I think it's just because I've been around this fandom for so long. There's so much Star Wars that I haven't liked in the past, pre-Disney even, you know. So I recognize that I'm not going to like everything, and that's just a more rounded view of Star Wars as a whole. You're not going to like every single project. And I don't like every single project. If I had to guess, I thoroughly enjoyed 20% since the acquisition. I would say 20 to 25% I've thoroughly enjoyed. Maybe less, honestly. But I don't complain about it constantly. I just, whatever, you know. It's, I don't know. It's funny, like, I constantly, I don't get it as nearly as much as, like, Alex and Molly from Star Wars Explained or a lot of other channels, but like I get called a shill all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, what do you have to do to not be a shill on YouTube? What, do you have to upload daily videos complaining about something being woke? Is that how you become not a shill? Do you have to make daily videos bitching and moaning about things that you don't like in Star Wars to not be a shill? Is that what it takes to not be a shill? Because if that's what it takes, like, it's just I don't know. These fucking guys are lame, man. So lame. It embarrasses me as a man. But anyway. Cheers, Braxton. I appreciate it. And I appreciate the kind words there. Condor, thank you so much for the super chat. Condor says, Condor7215 says, Acolyte has its issues. New episode was decent, although the feeling of constantly being yelled at for finding redeeming qualities in it takes a lot of the enjoyment out of it for me. I don't pay attention to it. Like, dude, I haven't uploaded or done anything on the channel for a month, and that's not because I don't want to engage. I just really can't. I don't have the time. But, like, I'm not interested in really kind of finding out. I did go on Rotten Tomatoes and look at some of the reviews, which is ridiculous. I think the critic score is way too high, and I think the audience score is way too low. Like, I think it's kind of obvious what's going on with the audience score. And to say otherwise is ridiculous when you start fucking reading those reviews. Well, you don't think it's being review bombed? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you that much entrenched in your team to not see the obvious? No, it's just people saying what they feel. Oh, bullshit. Go read the fucking reviews. They give it a half star. Like, who gives something a half star? And then they're just all caps. This is shit. This is not Star Wars. Like, cool, dude. That's not a review. Lame. But yeah, Condor, just don't, engage with it. Just don't pay attention to it. Like, if you find enjoyment in these things, who cares? You know, like, we all like, dude, like. It's the same shit that happened with the prequel generation, right? I wasn't a fan of those movies. I bashed and poo-pooed them to all get out, but people still loved them, and they still love them, and people found redeeming qualities in those movies, and look where they're at now. They're like on some weird pedestal that I'll never understand, but I'm glad they are. I'm glad they are on this pedestal for this younger generation than me, right? So yeah, it's. Just don't pay attention to it. Like what you like. Watch what you like, right? Everybody's silly for telling you otherwise. There is no reason to go on the internet and tell somebody they're wrong for enjoying a piece of Star Wars. That's silly loser bullshit, But yeah. Anyway, Condor, cheers, man. It's not, the show is not really for me. At least not yet. I've only seen the first 3 episodes. I have a video hopefully coming out tomorrow about the show. But yeah, cheers, man. Condor7215. I appreciate that channel support. And keep on enjoying it, man. Keep on enjoying it. Benjamin B, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Ben, it is good to see you. Ben says, hey bro, have you been playing Star Wars Hunters? Honestly, it's a blast. Lots of cool original characters, etc. Been rocking Sentinel for the Empire. Nice. Yes, I did when it first came out. Sorry. Let me take a quick sip. There we go. Benjamin B. Yeah, when it first came out, I played it for a couple days. I'm not a big mobile gamer, Ben. I played it on my phone. I was surprised. My first match, I took a screenshot of it because it was so ridiculous. I was kind of blown away. Let me find it. Yeah, here we go. I had 9 kills and 0 deaths. I was the number 1 by far on both teams. 9 kills and 0 deaths. And that was my first match. The closest other guy, the only person to get another, there was only one person who got another kill. It was 4-on-4. I don't know if they're all 4-on-4 or not. But I was like, oh, okay. But it was fun. I played it for a couple days, and then, like I said, I don't really get into mobile games that much. I know it's on the Nintendo Switch. I don't play my Switch very often. It's kind of for my daughter. She plays like a couple My Little Pony games on it and a Barbie game on the Switch. Occasionally we'll play Mario Kart, but yeah, if it was for the PC, I think I'd play it. I think it'd be a fun game to stream. But until it comes out on the PC, I probably won't mess around with it too much, But the few matches that I did play on my phone, they were pretty fun. And I was very surprised that I did as well as I did, because I never play mobile games. Like, literally the only mobile game that I've played, well, I played Fallout Shelter for like a few weeks. And then I just stopped playing it. Other than that, like, literally the only other mobile game that I have on my phone and that I've played in probably the past 5 years is just a euchre card game. I don't know if anybody out there is familiar with euchre. But yeah. Anyway, I appreciate that, Ben. Hopefully one day it'll come out on the PC. I would love to be able to play it. But cheers, man. I appreciate that, Ben. Alex Dunn, thank you so much for being a member for 25 months. That is wild. Hope all is well for you, buddy. And your new MOS. Alex says, modern Star Wars TV feels like a mix of serialized and episodic TV, and the under 10 episode long seasons are not long enough for that format. Yeah, it's... I would love for... And maybe this is just not feasible. There's something that I deeply love about, like, Star Trek: The Next Generation. And what was the longest season? The longest season, I think, had like 25 episodes. Star Trek: The Next Generation seasons. Let's see. Then again, that's just a very different format of television, right? Yeah, so season 6 had 26 episodes. Season 5 had 26 as well. I don't know. It's hard for me to say that it's not long enough for that format, Alex, because if you're tight and concise and tell are able to tell a story in that time frame, then it works. I've never really felt like any of the shows needed to be longer. I felt that possibly they've needed to be shorter in terms of episodes per season, just because, points of lagging, or not being to the point and concise and what's the word I'm looking for? Not utilitarian. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Using the time wisely. I don't know. A lot of the times, more so, I haven't felt like, I'll just say this. I haven't felt like the shows needed more time. I really haven't. Despite not really caring for the majority of the shows, I haven't really felt like they needed more time to tell the story, I just felt like maybe they needed to be a little more tight and brief and concise and packaged a little tighter in order to tell that story, But I hadn't really thought about it before, Alex, but it'd be kind of awesome to have one sec.
Wished me good luck on my first year of teaching. I just wanted to let you know that it was amazing year. Thanks for what you do, and let's game sometime.
Daniel, thank you so much, dude. Give me one sec. But I hadn't really thought of it, Alex, but I think it'd be kind of awesome to get like a giant. I'm a huge Star Trek: The Next Generation fan. I love that show. But it would be fun to get a Star Wars show that's kind of like that format, 25, 26 episodes per season. Put together, every episode is something different. It doesn't continuously follow a story. Maybe there's a part 1, part 2 here and there, but every episode is a little different adventure, I would love for something like that in the Star Wars universe. That'd be a fun little ride, a fun little adventure, a little experiment, But anyway, I appreciate that, Alex. Daniel. Let's see. Daniel says, "Hello, Greedo. A few months ago, you wished me good luck on my first year of teaching. I just wanted to let you know that it was an amazing year. Thanks for what you do, and let's game sometime." Cheers, man. I'm glad it went well. That is a job. When I first got out of the Navy, my original plan was being a high school history teacher. I thought, or a computer art teacher or something like that, like a computer teacher. I always thought that would be a fun job, but I quickly, for whatever reason, I never pursued it. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I think that would be an incredibly rewarding profession. We are both in the public sector, and I know it's a struggle. I know how it is, Daniel. I know how it is. But I imagine that's a very rewarding career, and I hope. I'm glad to hear your first year was went well. But cheers, man. I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you do. It's when I pick up my daughter from school or drop her off at school, it's, I don't know, it's you always appreciate the people who are teaching and taking care of your kid for the day, and you hope that they get a lot out of it, and they enjoy kind of, teaching a new, not impressionable maybe isn't the right word, but a new mind to mold about the knowledge of the world and the way things work, and make it fun for the kids and fun for themselves. And if a teacher is able to do it right and make things interesting and enjoyable for a student, I think that's one of the most valuable and important things, professions out there, But cheers, man. I appreciate that, Daniel. Benjamin B, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Benjamin says, "Fun fact, I've tuned into your chats while building bed frames in 3 different states: Utah, California, Colorado. Just moved to a new place, building my new frame now." Nice. That is the time that I listen to podcasts or live streams. I do the same kind of shit, Ben. I'm either sorry, guys. Got a little fuzzy. I haven't done a live stream in over a month. My throat's not used to this level of conversation, this much talking, this much babbling. But I do the same thing, Ben. Like whenever I'm putting together a piece of furniture or doing some yard work, or it's the best, to me, it's the best type of, I guess, entertainment to kind of zone out to and just go through the motions, the monotonous motions of putting something together, following instructions, or doing yard work or cleaning the house, right? So, but that's kind of neat. 3 states, building bed frames, world traveler. I appreciate that. The one time I really can't listen to podcasts, I've found, is when I'm building Lego sets. Like, for whatever reason, like it's like if you were trying to listen to a podcast and read a book. I cannot, for whatever reason, put together a Lego set efficiently while listening to a podcast. I mean, I can do it, but I would much rather listen to some, like, just some music, maybe just some, like, that lo-fi hip-hop, lo-fi girl channel, synthwave, something like that, to put on, to put together a Lego set with. It just kind of like, there's a cadence to it, there's a rhythm to it, just go through the motions, boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom, But yeah. Anyway. But I appreciate that, man. Oh, Swish, I did miss that. Sorry, I just scrolled up to double check. Swish, I appreciate that super chat as well. Swish says, "The first few matches of Hunters are bot matches." Son of a bitch. I didn't realize that. Made to look like real players with names that look legit, make you feel like you're good at it. Well, it did its job. It did its job, damn it. Here I am. Here I am saying, well, yeah, I got 9 kills in my first Hunters match. I never play mobile games. I must be just a genius. I must just be incredible at this game. Naturally talented Star Wars Hunters. And then Swish says, the first few matches of Hunters are bot matches, you dumbass. I didn't realize that. Well, it did its job there, Swish. I felt really good about myself. Oh, well. Oh, well. That's funny. Shit. Now I'm going to have to delete that screenshot of my incredible match that I had in my first match of Star Wars Hunters. That's a bummer. But anyway, let's see here. So yeah, late night tonight. I'm gonna be staying up. I work 24 hours on, so my 24-hour shifts and then 48 hours off. So 24 on, 48 off, and which means I have 2 days. So basically, every day that I work is a weekend, right? So I worked yesterday, got off shift at about 7:30 in the morning. This morning, got home. I'm home today, and I'm home tomorrow. So tonight, on my nights off, I usually stay up pretty late. Lately, I've been playing a lot of Fallout 76 for the past couple months. Loving it. I've liked that game since it came out, but I haven't revisited it in like 4 years, and I'm so blown away and pleased by what they've done with the game. But tonight, I'm actually going to sit down and work on a video, and hopefully get that video out tomorrow about the Acolyte. Just my thoughts about things. So, looking forward to it. Metallic Madness, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Oh, 1 sec.
Episodes 4 and 5 would have worked so much better as one episode. The first half is calm, then boom, the master appears and things get insane.
Metallic Madness, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Metallic says, I think they need to start combining episodes. 4 and 5 would have worked so much better as one episode. The first half is calm, then boom, the master appears and things get insane. So those are the 2 episodes I have not caught up with. I just now got around to watching 1 through 3. That was a couple, I actually, not yesterday, but about 4 days ago, I watched the second and third episode in the same day. So I'm still 2 episodes behind. So my video that I'm going to be uploading tomorrow is about the first 3 episodes. So yeah, I'll have to see if my opinion of them coincides with yours. I've felt like up until this point, I felt like the pacing of the show is good. I enjoy the pacing of the show. I've seen some people complaining about it, how it's slow. To me, that's not a complaint. People complain about the slowness of Andor, and that show is goddamn amazing. But I've enjoyed the pacing of it. It breathes. It doesn't rush itself. That's one of the aspects of the show that I've thoroughly enjoyed. So I'm curious to watch the next 2 episodes, Metallic, and see if I agree. I'll probably get around to watching those 2 episodes. What is today? Today is what? Wednesday. So off. The next shift that I work is Friday. So I'll probably end up watching an episode, maybe 4th and 5th episode, on Friday. I'll watch them both. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'll do a live stream on probably Sunday night if you want to shoot the shit about it. But and I'm curious if I agree. But yeah, we'll see. I appreciate that, Metallic. Cheers, man. Yeah, I just, you know, it's hard for me to, I don't have the luxury, you know, I have a career, I have a family, and my daughter's on summer break, and I work 24-hour shifts. So I'm always late to the party, you know, when it comes to this stuff, and I feel like I'm a little behind, but I can quickly catch up. And I keep saying, like, I'm going to get back into the groove. I'm going to get back into making videos. I'm going to get back into streaming and paying attention to all this stuff again. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. But yeah, anyway. But I appreciate that, Metallic. Cheers, man. I haven't read anything lately, Jude. The last shit. What is the last Star Wars book that I read? Thrawn Alliances? I think that was the last one that I read. And that might have been a year ago. But no, I haven't read a Star Wars book in a while. Not because I haven't wanted to. I tend, like, if I read a Star Wars book, I usually, the book that so I can never, for whatever reason, I can never read back-to-back Star Wars books. Like, I read a Star Wars book, and then I need to take a break, and I have to read something else. Whether it's history, or hard sci-fi, or something, a science book, or whatever. Astronaut, you know, autobiography. So I need to, maybe I'll read a High Republic book. Yeah, I haven't read a High Republic book yet, but maybe I'll download one on my Kindle. Try to read a little bit on Friday. But yeah, you might want to disable comments on that video. It's dangerous out there. Condor. Yeah, it's all good, man. I don't pay attention to any of it. Like, there's silly people who just, they want to start an argument for argument's sake. And, you know, this channel has existed since 2011. Like 13 years this channel has been on YouTube. I've seen it all. Nothing gets under my skin. None of it matters, you know. Just silly people. Popping in chats, popping in comment sections, stirring shit up, you know, riling people up. Just a bunch of silly gooses. But I've never disabled any comments. I've never deleted any comments on YouTube. I've never blocked anybody on Twitter. Like, none of that shit bothers me. Like, I'm not one to, like, I know people on Twitter, and I understand why they do it. People on Twitter, like, do giant bulk blockings of, like, I can't remember what it's called, but they, like, just block thousands of people in some chain reaction. I don't remember what it's called, but I mean, I understand why they do that, but I don't take this shit that serious. So I have a handful of people, maybe like a dozen people, who comment on my shit on Twitter, and they're always like, fuck you, or or shill, or, and I just look at it, I'm like, whatever, it doesn't get on my, you know, I've been around for a while in life and on YouTube, and it's all silly to me, you know, so whatever, it is what it is. But anyway, all right, guys, I gotta get going. We are going to watch an episode of Hacks tonight, which is a really funny show. We're finishing up this latest season. So yeah, if you guys have never seen Hacks, it's a good one. I like it. It's funny. Let's see. I need to blow my nose. Sorry, guys, that's gross. But alright, so today is Wednesday. I probably won't do another stream until Sunday. I'm trying to get back into it. I know I always say that. I should have a video up tomorrow about the first 3 episodes of the Acolyte that I watched. You know. So, yeah, I don't know if it's a good video or not. I just kind of I kind of ramble. But I guess that's kind of my thing. But anyway, all right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. It was good to see everybody. I haven't seen anybody in like a month and a half, I think. It's been a while. That's what happens when your kid is on summer break. YouTube halts. It's just work and childcare, which is fun. We're at the pool every single day, dude. Every day we're at the pool swimming. She's an amazing swimmer. Like, she's been able to swim since she was like, like 2. Because, you know, we live in Florida. I love swimming. It's my favorite thing in the world. I love summer. So, like, we'll just go up to the pool and she's an amazing, she's 6 now. She's an amazing swimmer. Her friends are still in floaties. And we never had any lessons. I just always worked with her. I always taught her to get to the side, get to the side, get to the side. She'll jump in, you know, she'll try to grab me. I'll just point to the wall and then she'll dart to the side. Like, yeah. So we're at the pool every single day. It's a good time. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. Be nice out there. No reason to be an asshole. We all like different stuff. If you don't like something, who gives a shit? If you like something, cool, man. Keep it up. But, all right. Enjoy what you like. Enjoy what you don't, or don't enjoy what you don't like. Whatever. Just don't be an asshole, right? Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe out there. Have a fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are on planet Earth. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See ya!